So today I'm so honored to be doing the talk for National Women's Day, 9th August 2020. A year like no other for each and every one of us, and I'm sure you can all agree with that wholeheartedly. I just want to say, even though it's aimed at the woman, take out the word woman and apply it to yourself if you are a man or a woman. Fit it into your life, adapt it. It's not only advice or aimed at women. We can all adapt this into our lives. So when I was asked and I started thinking about what can I bring you today, I started doing a bit of research on why Women's Day actually came about and why it was actually established and what should a person be celebrating on a National Women's Day. So apparently it was initially created to celebrate the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of all women, all races, all spheres of life, all ages, just women, all women. So then I got to thinking about women and what are some of the roles that a woman has in society. We are nurturers, businesswomen, mothers, grannies, and some women have to take on the father role too in extreme circumstances. We are wives, lovers, disciplinarians, children, siblings, sounding boards, teachers, doctors, nurses, listeners, employers, employees, confidants, friends, business owners, entrepreneurs, breadwinners. I can carry on and on and on and on, and I'm sure you guys can add, you women can add a good few on top of that as well. But you get the gist of it. We kind of are everybody and everything. So then I looked at what are some of the definitions that are given to women, and I found these. One with a distinctive personality who can laugh at anything, including herself. P.S. I'm very good at that one, but I give myself reason to laugh at myself. So yeah, I take that one. One who is especially kind and caring to others. One who knows the value of having fun and not taking life too seriously, but knowing when there's a need to be serious and focused and adapting. One you can trust and count on to brighten your day. One who is indescribably pleasing. One with a forgiving nature. One whose smile radiates warmth and penetrates the environment with her energy. So now in saying that, I've got an incredibly clear image that comes to my mind when I think of a strong and powerful woman who penetrates, sorry, I'm struggling with my pronunciation today, who penetrates the surrounding environment with their energy. When my daughters were growing up, we were very fortunate that my parents had retired to a little town in the Overberg in the Western Cape. Many of you may know it. It's Cape Agulhas, southernmost tip. It's got the most beautiful historical lighthouse. In our upstairs bedroom in the house where we used to sleep, going there when we were there on holiday, the lighthouse light used to flash. Lighthouse never stops, throughout the day, throughout the night. And in our upstairs bedroom, in the dark, this light penetrated every little corner and inch of that room, as did it throw its light for the sailors and boats out to sea, obviously. Yes, we did sleep with the curtains or the blinds open because it was such a privilege, an honor, and we just loved it. We knew we were on holiday when we were sleeping in that room, and this light just flashed around and round and round. So yeah, I feel a strong and powerful woman's light will penetrate others' lives just as that lighthouse penetrated that room in the darkness, and also penetrate the darkness to assist sailors and those at sea as a guiding light to shine in and offer assistance and guidance. And that lighthouse never gets anything in return. Those boats don't come back and reimburse them on their routes for saving them and their crew from a potential catastrophe of hitting a rock or getting too close to shore. Often a woman will also not realize the guidance that's been given and the input that their guidance or input has had on another life. That's the power of a woman. Giving, but never expecting anything in return. No reward, no pat on the back for doing this. Just quietly giving their guidance, giving advice, adding positivity, but not wanting everybody to know about it. Just quietly assisting. We constantly need to remind ourselves as women of our power. And I'm not talking about an egotistical power. No, it's an inner strength. It's an inner power. It's humble, it's subtle, and it never asks for reward or stands up and shouts from the rooftop for everyone to hear of our accomplishments. It's humble and subtle, not asking for reward. So we need to look at ourselves and ensure we always look for the positivity in life. Not taking anything personally and not constantly needing to be accepted for what we do. Be a good person because you can, not because somebody's going to say, wow, oh, you're so awesome. No, just do it quietly and you will make a difference in the world, in people's lives. I'm also now reminded of our public transport. Yes, okay, you guessed it, the taxi drivers as an example. Picture this scenario. You're in the traffic, okay? All of a sudden, this taxi cuts in front of you, one of those marvelous driver specimens, slams on brakes in front of you. What are you going to do? Road rage. I guessed it. Language? That too. But you need to stop and think. Did the taxi, not stop your car, stop mentally and think. Did the taxi driver purposefully stop in front of you, personally, you, me, Gail? Did he stop in front of Gail because he really wanted to ruin Gail's day? Or because he really doesn't like Gail or doesn't like something about her? No, it's actually got nothing to do with Gail. They do what they want to who and what they want every single day. So they haven't specifically pinned you out and found your location and done it just to irritate you. They do what they want, where they want, to whoever they want. So are you going to take a deep breath and realize this and just drive around him and carry on your day? Or are you going to swear, throw your arms around in the air, scream, shout, blah, 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 and for the rest of the day, let it put you in a bad mood? Whose choice was that? Did you even make a choice? Or just let a circumstance dictate how you were going to live out that day? He didn't give you a thought. He didn't care who you were, what you were. So why are you going to give him so much power over you? Yes, believe it or not, I too drive in the traffic, and it's not always as easy as taking the deep breath. I know that. But let's try 90% of the time and just make a conscious effort to not allow the actions of somebody else to ruin an otherwise beautiful day, a beautiful creation. I'm just using them as an example because it's easy, because we all know and we all experience it virtually on a daily basis. But there are other curveballs, many curveballs that get thrown at us daily, even hourly sometimes, that disturb our peace and allow us to be or even act like someone we aren't. And we don't even want to be that person. And we can curse and feel so sad afterwards that we've actually reacted or acted like that. But whoever it is that's done that to us or affected our mood, it's not their fault. We've allowed it. It's our choice. Remember that. Don't give anybody else, nobody else, your power. It is exactly that, your power. Also, I think now of social media posts sometimes, and somebody will post a pic and say, share a picture of flowers for the next 10 days to bring a bit of positivity. How many of us do it? How many of us do that? But so help me, let somebody post something that is negative or gets everyone's blood boiling. And guess what? It is shared and shared and shared to death because people feed on that. Let's not be women, men that feed on that. Let's feed on the positivity and the beauty and the love, and not that anger and negative emotions. Always remember this. We can't change people. They are responsible for their own actions. And if we allow it to impact us, then that's our choice. And just in saying that, we are responsible for our own actions. So let's make that also our choice. It can apply to friendships, relationships, plenty, our kids, our families, every single part of our lives. If you don't like something and it's a really big deal for you, then walk away. Don't get drawn in. Rather, walk away. Don't take everything on personally, and don't allow it to infect your life. Focus on who you are and becoming the best person you possibly can, and love yourself no matter what. Everyone has to look after their own happiness. It's no one else's responsibility. It's yours. The best you can do for yourself is to be the best version of yourself. Give out love, send out love, show love. And by doing that, you will be setting good examples in your actions. And the rest is up to everybody else. Because once you start sharing that love, you can only have that love within you. And that love will spread like that lighthouse light, flashing everywhere to everybody, every little inch of space and darkness. That's exactly what your sharing your love will do. I love animals. They're awesome teachers and so incredibly intuitive, such incredibly intuitive souls. They bring us back into focus so well if we only allow them to. For those of you that have cats and dogs, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Be in a bad mood or irritated or trying to get some work done. And guess what? I'm pretty sure your cats are the same as mine. They will walk all over your keyboard, pressing all the buttons that you really do not want them or need them to be pressing. They will stick their butt in your face. They will stick their tail in your face. They will rub their face against you until you have a hairy face. And eventually you have two choices. Either pick them up and throw them out the room that you're in and close the door, or stop what you're doing and give them a little bit of attention. And if you've ever heard that purr of a cat, that is the most calming thing. Once you've given them a few minutes of attention, well, sometimes it's a bit more than a few minutes, one of mine specifically, they're independent souls. They will jump off and get on with it somewhere else. So a little bit of attention. And see how quickly your mood changes. Your mood lightens. You feel refreshed. Dogs can do pretty similar thing. It's not only cats. Cats are more independent. Dogs are more dependent on you. I have 2 Rottweilers who will trip me up on regular occasions, and it's always on the days where it's been a rough day, or I am having a rough day, or if I'm irritated by little things, they will run in front of me, and I have 2 choices. Either stop, recognize where I am, what I'm doing, give them a pat. If I ignore them, they're going to carry on doing it, and guess what? I'm going to be tripped up, I'm going to fall flat on my face, and that's going to be a worst possible scenario than just actually sitting. Sit back, clear your head, take a deep breath, check in with yourself, and when you're ready, carry on with your day. So in level 4, I was quite fortunate to be able to work to a small degree, level 4 of the lockdown. And driving around in those conditions, there was almost no cars on the road. I actually got into such a calm mindset, and driving became calming, if that even makes any sense to some of you. But there were no taxis, there was no traffic. And when I got in my car, I had a memory of my previous day traveling, no road rage, just peace and calm, that I actually I started adopting that calm attitude. So I got in my car and I would immediately be calm in my car. But then level 3 came about, and all the speedsters and ego-driven drivers, maniacs, seemed to make a comeback. But because I had created that mindset of calm when I got in my car, and my whole trip under level 4 had been calm, I now had a calmer mindset on the roads, even though mayhem was going on and taxis were doing whatever they wanted. I didn't allow it to affect me because that calm mindset had set in and become a habit. So now we need to take that and practice a desired behavior enough so it manifests itself in our lives, just like the calming, getting in my car, feeling calm when I'm driving. And that's not only one, we can do it in any part of our lives. We just need to set the focus. Practice the behavior. It's not easy, but practice makes perfect. So this calmer mindset allowed me to develop a calmer mindset all around. And when we're in places or when things happen and I used to get annoyed and irritated with my staff even, I became much more patient and understanding. It was almost like a surprise when it first happened. And a normal behavior that would have set me off didn't. So we just need to manifest a peaceful life so we can focus on who and what we are and build up and manifest those beautiful parts of ourselves that we don't get a chance to normally. Don't get drawn into all the fear-mongering, frustrations, especially now during this pandemic we are dealing with. It's rough. Fear-mongering, anger, everybody's getting upset about something. I know it's not easy and it's easier said than done. But if we focus on a calmer, more peaceful mindset, we'll gradually get better and eventually we can actually master it completely. So as I say, I know it's hard. We've so much to focus on as women, our jobs, businesses, relationships, families, in these trying times. But don't forget, we chose this experience. And we need to come to the party and shine in our glory and not give up when the first obstacle shows itself. We need to woman up and deal with our issues and get the job done. In saying that, nobody's asking you to do it alone. We need strong friendships, partners, our spirit guides, the angels, the gods within us, the God within us to assist us and give us the strength when we are feeling weak. You don't need to rely on it, but you can ask for help and call on for this help whenever you need it the most. We must strive to grow our inner strength at every conceivable opportunity. I saw a headline recently that said, in 2020, being a woman means self-awareness. So what are we, as women, as men, each one of us, doing about our own self-awareness, our self-love? On this, I just want to share an event that turned my life around. I was feeling uncomfortable. Oh, that was my chair creaking. Sorry about that. So yes, I like to share an event that turned my life around. I was feeling uncomfortable and dissatisfied in my personal life, and I needed to find out who I was again and the root of Gail, because I couldn't remember who I was and who I'd actually been before I was a wife, a mother, a main breadwinner, only supporter of my family, owning my own business. I was the daughter of emotionally draining, judgmental parents. And those are just a few things that I mentioned. But then Marissa and Suzette held a self-awareness workshop, which I attended over a weekend. That was about 2 years ago. This course, I want to tell you, changed the course of my life. And those that are closest to me will know the details because they've traveled this journey with me. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of them in my life. I cannot express my gratitude enough for this course and this course of events that were the beginning to finding the source of my being that I hadn't felt or seen or heard or hadn't even existed for many, many years. Don't forget who you are. Always be aware of who you are. And if you're uncomfortable, then no shift is needed. And the plan of action, only you can assess and take the necessary steps with guidance. People can see who you want them to see. Only you know what's going on inside yourself. So be honest with yourselves above all. So I just want to reiterate on what the essence of being a woman means and leave you with this. Being able to be powerful and assertive, yet kind at the same time. Being compassionate and vulnerable towards those we love in our lives without feeling weak for doing so. Striving for our goals even in the face of adversity that we may encounter along the way. Being a valuable member of society. Being opinionated, articulate, and strong-willed. There's nothing wrong with that. Working to destroy double standards that may be forced upon us as women. We can be beautiful while still being intelligent and deserving of a powerful position. It means supporting each other. Being unapologetic for who we are, what we want, and what we deserve. Being a woman is about strength, mutual support, and love. So in closing, I just want to say this to you. A woman is truly beautiful if she's confident. And only you can feel that confidence within you. When you are confident, you are not constantly looking for approval from others. You are proud of who you are and what you do. So please remember to take this with you from this day forward. Don't forget who you are. Please enjoy this closing song I've chosen, and please always remember to believe in yourselves and be the best person you possibly can. And don't stop loving yourself and working on your inner spirit and the God that is within you. I'm sending so many blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you for giving me the time to share with you today. Love you all.